in East Longmeadow forced police to issue a warning. We'll let you know what you should do if you spot a bear in your yard.
The old Brown property on Hampton Road gets new life once again this summer as the community garden opens for business. We'll take you there and tell you what may be in store for the rest of the town-owned property.
Tick season is here, and if you think the harsh winter may lessen the pest population, state health experts want you to know that's not the case. Details ahead.
And a new business opens in town in the heart of Center Square. We'll take you inside Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt just ahead on ELCAT News Week in Review. Here.
And I'm Yasmina G.
We begin tonight with a warning from East Longmeadow Police to beware of bears.
Police say there's been several bear sightings in Western Mass, including right here in town just last week.
Homeowners in the eastern part of town reported bears in their backyard. Sergeant Pat Maley tells ELCAT one sighting happened just a few days ago on Millbrook Drive when a bear went after the homeowner's bird feeder.
This particular bear that was sighted the other day is it was not a cub. But it was not a full-grown bear. It's like a yearling. And what happens most times, is my understanding, is that mom has cubs and she takes care of them. And then the next year, it's time for the cubs to move on. And she kicks them out and she has her new cubs. Well, you find every spring all these yearlings, these one-year-old bears that have been given the boot, and they're all out there looking for their own territory, looking for their own place to be able to have shelter and have some supply of food. This particular bear, it knocked over a woman's feeder, grabbed some suet that the woman had put in her bird feeder. It ate that, and the woman came out on the porch and yelled at the bear and clapped her hands, and the bear just kind of looked at her and ambled away. He didn't. He off into the woods he went. She was an annoyance for him. He didn't feel real threatened because he didn't run, but if he felt threatened, if there were a group of people or somebody in some threatening way, loud noise, he's going to move on. Most times bears are going to flee the area.
Millbrook is not far from the Hampton line where other bear sightings have also been reported. In fact, sightings are documented this spring in Springfield, Ludlow, Westfield, and Northampton.
More recently, there have been bears in Ludlow and Indian Orchard section of Springfield. I think those reports of bears were a bigger bear than this guy, although this could have been the same guy. But I think those bears were reported to be larger than this one.
Bear sightings in Hampton County are not uncommon. Environmental experts say such things as bird feeders and trash cans are easy targets.
Our response normally is to respond to the area, make sure that there's no indication that the bear is a danger to the public. Certainly if it was near the elementary school playground, we would take a little bit different response than if it's in a wooded area. Most bears are more afraid of people than they are of vice versa. The bears they don't like having contact with people. We're not going to do anything to the bear as long as he moves off and back into a wooded area. If it became a danger, we would call the environmental police, who would come in and do their best to handle the bear. They would probably sedate the bear, capture it, and remove it to a safe area. So they don't really create a great threat, but people should certainly be careful.
Those who spot a bear in their area are asked to contact the East Longmeadow Police Department at 525-5440.
Yet another warning, this time from state health officials.
Well, it was a long, hard winter for all us humans. Under all that snow, ticks were doing just fine, and right now they're out and in full force.
The Massachusetts Office of Health and Human Services says May and June traditionally see the highest number of ticks. Ticks, of course, can carry such things as Lyme disease and other debilitating illnesses if left undiagnosed. HHS has launched a series of public service announcements to create awareness and prevention.
Ticks are out in mass, so check yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Check everywhere, in your hair, under your arms, and between your toes. If you find a tick, remove it as soon as you can. Use fine-tipped tweezers to grasp the tick close to the skin. Use firm, even pressure, pulling straight up without twisting or turning. Then clean the bite area on your hands with soap and water. Some tick bites can make you sick, so if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite, call your doctor.
According to the CDC, last summer approximately 300,000 cases of Lyme disease were reported. Most, they say, are easily resolved with prompt antibiotic treatment. However, 10 to 20% are not. The CDC has these tips. Spray your shoes with repellent containing permethrin. Ticks usually latch onto your shoes and crawl up. Wear pants tucked into your shoes. Use a dryer. Experts say strip your clothes off as soon as you come inside and throw them into the dryer for 10 minutes on high heat. That will kill any ticks you might carry in. Finally, check your pets every time they come inside. In other news tonight, the East Longmeadow Community Garden is back in action.
You may recall the Friends of the Brown property built the community garden last summer, and this summer it's really taken off.
The garden itself, however, only takes up the first quarter of the land. So what's in the works for the rest of the town-owned property?
We talked to Planning Board member Ralph Page, who brings us up to speed. Since the Brown Community Garden has taken off, residents are planting and planting. This space with 27 plots, almost all of which are taken, is being used for all sorts of flowers and vegetables. Planning Board member Ralph Page gives us an update.
You know, as you can see, they're doing very well up here, and it's expanded nicely. We're hoping to add on. We have donations from Meadowbrook Farms for plants, and we're going to be planting a giving garden on the other side, which everything will be donated to the East Longmeadow Senior Center.
Because there is still space on the property that is currently unused, other uses for the community garden could come into play.
We're still forming an official committee that the Board of Selectmen asked us to. We've tossed around different ideas as far as whether to use the buildings or whether to pull the buildings down. My feeling is don't pull anything down until we know what we're going to do with the property. So we're going to be going forwards in the next month or so. We've got 2 meetings set up, and we should be reporting back to the Board of Selectmen soon.
And into the future, residents might be able to enjoy the garden in several other ways.
I'd like to see us save the buildings if we can and use those in some recreational purpose. We have trails out behind the back that need a little bit of cleaning. We'd like to get permission through the Board of Selectmen to go through, clean them and mark them so that people can use the property.
Page urges anyone interested to come out and start working.
Heather Cunningham is the lead on the site. Actually, if they come up here through our sign, she has all her contact information. We have the rules and regulations for the gardens, and all they need to do is give her a call, and she can either set them up with a plot or get them on the list for next year. And like I said, if they want to come up and donate time to the Giving Garden, that would be great. We would appreciate any of it.
A popular community event is coming back to East Longmeadow.
We're talking about the Kicks Country Bonfire.
Plans have just been approved, and we're told some major names in country music will be performing at center field. At the recent Board of Selectmen meeting, Recreation Director Colin Drury presented the initial plans for the now annual event. Sponsored by Kicks 100.9, the concert and the bonfire raises money for East Longmeadow's police, fire, and recreation departments. Last year's event was a huge success, raising over $5,000 for the town.
We had an amazing amount of people come.
Yeah.
And we were able to have it at center field, able to offer food and drink to families, as well as popcorn and the whole deal, and just really had a nice time with the event for everyone. The fire department came to flip burgers and make sure that fire stayed nice and safe.
That's great.
A lot of support from the DPW, which is much appreciated because that is a 4-day work week, so it's kind of like a little bit of a scramble to get that event going. So really just a lot of departments in town, assisting me in the process of putting the event together. So we're asking for approval of the event again for September 6th.
While he cannot reveal exactly what headliners will be performing, Drury did give a few hints.
I will say that we have a #1 chart singer coming, as well as someone from The Voice. So I'll throw those 2 little tidbits out there because tickets will, after approval, hopefully go on sale very soon.
The board gave its stamp of approval to this year's bonfire. This will mark the 3rd year of the event. It'll be held September 6th, again at center field.
Within walking distance from center field is a brand new business that just opened its doors earlier this week.
Located at Center Square, Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt is now open just in time for summer. Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt opened at 32 Center Square on Monday, June 9th. ELCAT talked with operations manager Mike Braga to see what the store's all about, yogurt, toppings, and all.
We have 16 different flavors, and with those 16 flavors, you can mix 2 of them. So really, we have 24 different flavors you can have. We have 60 toppings here. Fruits, from fresh fruits to candies to marshmallows to graham crackers to cereals.
The name Sweet Frog does hold some significance, as this yogurt company is a Catholic-based business.
FROG stands for Fully Rely on God. It's more of a child, family-based shop, come in, have a good time, sit down, relax, and have a good cup of yogurt.
As East Longmeadow residents know, ice cream and yogurt shops are easy to come by, but Braga says he doesn't fear the competition.
I feel there's enough business for everybody to make it here. Everyone's got their own little niche, and hopefully everyone just survives, and hopefully we survive.
Overall, Sweet Frog is looking to fit into the community and leave a positive mark on East Longmeadow.
We do a lot of fundraising. We like to get involved with the schools, the churches, any functions, any neighborhood, anything. Get involved with them. We do fundraising. Pretty much they bring in the people, we sell it, and we donate a portion back to the community. Come down and enjoy. Bring a smile, so we're ready to go.
Finally tonight, a few milestones to mention within the East Longmeadow School Department.
At their annual recognition reception, many teachers, staff, and administration were honored for their years of service, including one such teacher who, after 43 years, is leaving Birchland Park Middle School. Larry Sherpa, or simply Mr. Sherpa as he's best known, has been a social studies teacher at Birchland Park for more than 4 decades. During his remarks, he reflected on these last 43 years and 2 months, to be exact. We thought we'd share some of his speech for, as he says, he's had so many East Longmeadow residents as students.
I asked what subjects I would be teaching and was told that it would be for mechanical drawing and metal shop. And I was told quite clearly that it would only be for 1 day. I'd taken mechanical drawing in high school, and I figured I could fake it through metal shop. But I did need that $22 that I would be paid. And so it's just for 1 day, and I said yes. 1 day in the shop became a month, 1 month became 2 months, and 2 months has turned into 43 years. I applied for a social studies opening that fall, and apparently the Birchland administration was impressed with the fact that no student had lost any fingers, hands, or arms using that scary pre-OSHA regulation equipment used in the Birchland metal shop. Over the years, I've seen many changes in the field of education, particularly in the field of technology. When I first started, if you want to make copies, you had to bring your master into the office secretaries who made copies for you on the only mimeograph machine in the building. Today, of course, we're very high-tech: projectors, computers, printers, DVD players, TVs, the internet, high-tech copiers, smart boards, and so on. In the old days, what would really excite the students was colored chalk. You'll know it's time to retire when? You'll know it's time to retire when your age equals the combined ages of your principal and assistant principal. And you know it's time to retire when, rather than taking the stairs, the elevator starts to look real good. I really thought the golden years of Birchland Park were behind us. But I can honestly say, with the dynamic leadership of Tim and Connor, that the best years lie ahead. I wish I could be on board for a few of those years.
ELCAT would also like to mention that many teachers and staff members who received recognition for 20 and 25 years of service to the schools, also 20 teachers, paraprofessionals, food service workers, and transportation staff were honored as those who were retiring this year. We invite you to tune in as the entire reception is now airing at various times right here on ELCAT.
Well, that'll do it for us tonight.
Thanks for watching ELCAT News Week in Review.
I'm Alexi Cohan.
And I'm Yasmina Jeeby. Until next week.
Good night.